beautiful ones, boys and girls and boys. Welcome again to another stream with the Silk of Dawn. We slowly are integrating ourselves into the world, slowly, on no reserves. We can't waste time. I gotta do shit. I gotta head to the states. Motherfucker, I gotta head to the state, get my hotel, and get prepared for tomorrow, man. What the fuck am I doing? He's not ready. I'm not ready. He's not ready. He's not. He's not ready. You guys, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. You guys a little taste of what we're watching, man. Boom, bam, pop. Oh. Hopefully it's not too loud. I don't have, you're probably like, how the fuck are you going to listen to this? For now, it sucks because I left my shit at work. My last day, I left my fucking headphones at work. I never brought them. I never bring them. It was the first time I ever brought them to that job, right? And I fucking left them. But we gotta get into this. We gotta start. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's get into this, man.
What is it about fame that makes people completely lose the plot? Because only a select few of those associated.
I don't give a fuck. It's the money, the power, the attention. What the fuck you mean? You know what I mean? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for the fame, the money, the power, the attention, the cravings, all that, bro. Think I'm doing this shit for the fun of the game? For the. Oh no. Oh no, what happened to me? Guys, I went alpha. I went bravo. Oh my god. Okay. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, please. Please. We might even get an IRL stream. But after I get done, we might get an IRL stream. Depending on what time we finish. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Sunshine and rainbows. Seriously, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I mean, I'm just, this shit's terrible. There we go. There we go, man. Where's the first? That don't even look human. That shit look like it can be synthetic. Shit's crazy, bro. Shit's crazy. Okay, we're good, man. Let's get to it.
In China's influencer celebrity circle make it out big. And one of them flew a bit too close to the sun. Because there's one guy who went from a rich Douyin live streamer who created his own harem of beautiful women to throwing all of that away to join the Chinese mafia. All with the goal of ruling the city, which led to one of the craziest organized crime events in Taiwan. Yeah, might be one of the weirdest career changes of all time. So over the past few years, a live streamer on Douyin named Lian Tianyi exploded all over the internet. Imagine the stereotypical tough rich guy who has absolutely zero shame of flexing everything he owns. Gold chains, designer bags, luxury watches, and cars. The domineering CEO vibe that every Netizens is obsessed with these days. And he's already built a massive following as a live streamer and a businessman. I mean, he literally lives in a mansion where his garage looks like a car exhibition. Now, besides that, he genuinely did have a unique personality, which made him stood out. And he was actually good at selling products on live stream. He knew exactly how to talk to people and how to keep viewers engaged, and also convince them that they absolutely needed whatever he happened to be auctioning off that day. I mean, his biggest viral moment was during a live stream where he sold a $3 million yacht in less than 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. While it usually takes us more than 10 weeks to be able to plan a hangout with our friend groups.
这一台2011年的
That's crazy.
二
Everything
零
is
一零
so
2011
censored
的
out there.
这一台，
Despite being
来
like
现在我写底
a
标
hub for
得标的送
pornographic
一台全
material
新的爱马仕
in
35
terms
万
of like, you know,
来
hentai.
再加发财金100万给你。
Oh yeah, he also sold an entire helicopter during one stream. Like, this is a feat that most people can't achieve. If wealthy people wanted it, chances are Lan was auctioning it on stream. Now here's the thing, flexing your money on Chinese social media isn't exactly revolutionary, so why did Lan stand out so much compared to everybody
Said his
else?
character,
He
man.
was also good at charming women because he created an entire harem of the prettiest influencers to always
Man,
accompany him at
you can
an
tell
entire
everything up here reconstructed. Probably actually really beautiful women, but you can tell everything from this point on was just cut and just fucking resculpted in a way. It's like, bro, you look like look, that's not makeup, right? That can't be makeup. That's all been like grafted. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole. It's like a silicone mask, and it's like magnets inside, and just like perfectly sat on the face, bro. The most normal looking one is fuck. Yeah, maybe that one. I can see that one. I can see that one. Actually, she is. She's quite normal. My God, ladies, we got to do something about that. That's probably the length of this tip right here alone. Fuck, man.
A harem of the prettiest influencers to always accompany him at all times.
Whoa, we gotta
Standing by his
censor that,
side
China.
were two sidekicks, 24-year-old Suho and Suyu. Dan was always picky with his women, but he kept these two incredibly close, especially during live streams, because before long, people online started referring to them as a part of his harem. Every live stream looked like the opening scene of a billionaire C-drama, because both Suho and Suyu were constantly competing for Lian's attention. People weren't watching just to buy luxury products anymore. They wanted to know who Lian liked today and who was jealous today. I know it's ridiculous, but like, it worked really well. But among the two, there was one person who stood out the most, and that was Suho. And she is by far the closest person.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna make it big. We definitely gonna make it big. Deja vu moment. Just gotta hit with some deja vu.
What's interesting is that she didn't come across as someone who was chasing his money. In fact, it looked like the complete opposite. She worked as a model, drove around in a bright pink RA, and constantly showed off her designer bags. It almost seemed like Lian was lucky to have her around rather than the other way around. So some netizens started calling her Lian Tianyi's successor. Others joked that she was basically his right-hand woman, and also the only person that was capable of inheriting his live stream empire. If anything had happened.
Bad posture, bro. Back pocket was in pain. Solid stance, square shoulders. See that? Lock them in. If there's an opponent in front of you, do what I'm doing. You see how it scares them? See how it scares you? Fucking intimidating. See how it makes it look like I'm about to hit you, even though I'm aiming that way? Look. See that? One more time. Lock in. See, right now I'm a little what's his name? But you see how the back? Look, instant posture check. Squat. Watch this. Square the feet up. You want a complete box position. Straight to the possum. Like a box, man. You want to be the line of the box. Really? Let me show you the full blown system. Yeah, I can't see the foot, but the foot's twisted. It's twisted, bro. I'm telling you. Y'all don't. Hey, y'all don't see what's going on below, but it's
the next chapter unfold with this love triangle.
It's swinging. It's swinging for sure.
For everyone, things were about to change completely. Because what started off looking like a millionaire love triangle slowly transformed into a full-blown crime investigation. For starters, he was accused of selling counterfeit designer suitcases and luxury bags through his live streams.
I'm gonna be honest, I knew them shits wasn't real. The second I seen bro on live stream selling bullshit, of course.
And honestly, that's
bro,
already
probably selling iPhones for 200 yen. However much that is, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
A terrible look, and also a very serious crime. And it also didn't help that he had this very aggressive and intimidating demeanor to him. When one of his customers tried to return some products, He basically threatened them, saying that he'd return a favor of his own because they weren't grateful. Oh, you want to return this? Sorry, customer service isn't really my thing. And if that wasn't wild enough, he also threatened them, saying that he'd give them $100 in a white envelope. For anyone unfamiliar with Taiwanese slang, a white envelope is associated with funerals. That incident got him a sentence of 60 days in detention for intimidation. But this controversy was just the beginning because it slowly became a part of his brand. People knew not to was just the beginning because it slowly.
This shit don't look real to me.
Became
that looks real. This shit looks. We gotta search that up. I'm sorry. We gotta search that up. We gotta search that up, bro. Oh, that bullshit might be real. Holy shit. That shit just look hella yellow. Look at that. I know it's just an Amazon thing, but you know, for the most part. It just looks so. It looks shit like it like if I played with it, you know, like the sound would make like those plastic toys. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever hear somebody pull fucking a 3D printer. I mean a 3D print off of a stencil and they like, you know, they pull on a thing. That's what I was sound like when he twisted, you know, just like that, and it just crumbles. I'm saying, but that shit real. That shit real.
A part of his brand. People knew not to mess with him because this guy was not only fearless, but he also had money, a huge following, and power. And that reputation he built up extended so far that he eventually joined a full-fledged gang. Lian eventually became associated with the Sun Society, a branch of Taiwan's Tian. Eventually,
who really putting in some work in this? Who? So, bro, who's really putting some work in? Brody right here might actually be doing some damage. He got a very square head. He might be putting some work in. Might be a sleeper right there. These two, they might do something. Oh, he already on some demon timing. See how he got his hands right there? Dominance. Let me rest my shits because they tired on your shoulders. You feel me? Okay. Oh, everybody else. Maybe homie right here. Like he down to mingle with
became
the blade,
associated with the Sun Society, a branch of Taiwan's Tian Dao Allowance, which is one of the country's 3 major organized crime groups. The Sun Society is considered as one of Taiwan's most dangerous triads or mafia divisions, with operations extending beyond Taiwan itself into parts of mainland China. That's a pretty serious name to have attached to you. And the vibes changed real quick because just 1 year after joining and obtaining this new level of power, his life spiraled out of control. One night, Lian got upset over some comments that a female netizen made against his products. And at the same time, a pet shop owner named Chung also made comments.
Hold on, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Ladies, you gotta be careful, man. Them dudes out there that got that be aggressive. I'm telling you, bro, Chen been hanging around too much poon. I ain't been around too much of it. Hey, listen, I don't like a barking poon. You obey daddy.
Supporting that female netizen. Also, this wasn't the first time that Lian and Chung had beef. They have a history of this. Instead of just letting this go and ignoring these hate comments, Lian instructed his subordinates to go and intimidate both of them. That confrontation eventually snowballed into what would become the live streamer chaos incident. On the night of September 17th, 2019, both sides clashed on the street. Lian and his subordinates planned to trash his entire store and also just start breaking things and intimidate him. That's it. Well... Oh yeah, that'll teach him. Wait, guys. That's not even the right person. We got the wrong guy. Yeah, Lian's group initially attacked the wrong person. Whoops! False alarm.
I don't know if they threw him.
Lian found the actual guy, Chung, and ordered his subordinates to fire 4 shots at his pet shop.
What
Are we
the
serious?
fuck?
Luckily, nobody
Holy
was hurt
shit.
though, okay?
Bro, I didn't know y'all was on that type of violence out there. Okay.
But over internet drama, and this fight was just going back and forth, which led to 4 separate confrontations, creating serious public safety concerns throughout Kaohsiung. And at this point, yeah, this is not just online beef anymore. Police found and arrested Lian Tianyi in Zhonghe district that day, and he was put behind bars for 1 year as he was awaiting his final verdict. Chung was also arrested for this, and shortly after, he was questioned and then released. At the same time, they also arrested 8 additional suspects connected to the shooting at the pet shop. Investigators seized 2 handguns along with 35 rounds of ammunition, and police determined that all 8 suspects were employees of Lan's company. And as investigators kept searching locations connected to this case, they reportedly found 2 Sun Society badges. And after this event happened, several members of the Sun Society were arrested, and this created significant damage in their faction. So it's pretty clear that Lian Tianyi flew a bit too close to the sun. After spending about 1 year behind bars, Lian Tianyi finally was released on bail, and he made a huge announcement. On September 9th of 2020 at 9:09 p.m., he would go live talking about his entire experience with prison and what happened, and just updating all of his fans.
What the fuck?
Sure enough, when the stream
9:09?
started, people almost flooded in immediately. I mean, it reached over 20,000 viewers instantly. Yeah, I need a quick break from all of this. I mean, like a vacation. You know how when you travel and your data either becomes crazy slow or stops working? Yeah, I've been using this eSIM app called Saily. Google Maps SIM can have worse covered at check. Saily explained like powerful guy in the room. Lan always carried himself as this domineering CEO, the most powerful guy in the room. But this time, he seemed surprisingly approachable. He spent the broadcast talking about what prison had been like and explaining that he was currently out on bail and also that he wanted to move forward with his life. It sounded like it was going to be his redemption arc, and he's putting all of the things in the past behind him. Except, out of nowhere, the stream abruptly just ended. It only lasted 20 minutes, and to make things even weirder, he deleted the stream right afterwards. So people were like, wait, what happened? Why'd he end it? Was somebody watching? Did his lawyer call him or something? People were left guessing, and for a good 2 years, Lian stayed really low-key and just stayed away from public attention. But then we would eventually find out his inevitable fate. Because on June of 2023, it was announced that Lian Tianyi was sentenced to 7 years in prison for charges connected to the live stream chaos incident.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was not a happy ending for charges.
And he got the fucking tattoos.
Just connect to find out his inevitable fate. Because on June of 2023, it was announced that Lian Tianyi was sentenced to 7 years in prison for charges connected to the live stream chaos incident. Yeah, it was not a happy ending for him. His redemption arc did not get through. Media cameras were everywhere as he arrived at New Taipei District Court, and Lian also showed up wearing a simple tank top and shorts, like no designer suits or any chains. Prison core. But don't worry, the luxury entrance was still there. He arrived in a Rolls Royce with multiple other cars accompanying him. Following him were 10 of his associates, all dressed in black. And as Lian was surrounded by multiple reporters asking questions, he said, "It turns out I don't have any friends at all."
最后有没有什么话想要跟家人啊、粉丝说一下？
没有啊，祝大家身体健康哦，心想事成，谢谢。
那这次有什么样的准备吗？
没有没有，就早点进去，早点出来。没有。
这次手上有带什么东西？
我的行李，还有我的要用的东西，好好的学习啊，好好的进修，刚当兵一样嘛。
Lian finally hugged his family goodbye, saying,
You wanted to be a soldier.
刚当兵一样嘛。
Lian finally hugged his family goodbye, saying, "I wish everyone good health. After I go in, I will exercise and study. I hope to go in and come out as soon as possible." And that was the end of Lian Tianyi's arc. But this is where things start getting even weirder. Because while everyone was focused on Lian's conviction, netizens noticed that something wasn't adding up. That confrontation at Chung's pet shop, some netizens looked at it and were like, wait,
Scripted?
Chen's side looks suspiciously prepared. Now this was just speculation, but people started asking, did somebody tip them off? If so, who? And that's when everyone's attention shifted towards one person, Lian's closest subordinate, Suho. the glamorous influencer who was
Oh,
constantly
shit,
by
yo, that's
Lian's side
crazy.
and also his favorite. The one netizens crowned as his successor, the one who would inherit his live stream
Holy
empire.
shit, yo, that's
well,
crazy.
after Lian went to
Nah,
prison,
that's crazy.
a huge
Bro, you never know, bro. That's like he said. He said it. You never know. Even maybe he even came to that conclusion, like, man, she got me. Checkmate. Maybe it's one of those names. Maybe that's him saying checkmate.
huge portion of his fan base migrated to her. She started live streaming herself and viewers tuned in, and her popularity skyrocketed, with her modeling career blowing up even more. Suddenly people were wondering, was she using him all along? Why does she benefit from all of this? And many netizens became convinced that she was responsible for Lian's downfall. So people started digging deep and they started investigating her, which uncovered a lot. Remember, Suho had always portrayed a rich luxury lifestyle, and she always said that she was wealthy. She didn't need Lian's money, she was well off and had already come from a wealthy family. But people immediately started calling cap, because if you think about it, if you're genuinely a rich Harris, why would you spend your days live streaming alongside a controversial influencer who was being accused of being in the Chinese mafia? And instead of simply arguing with them, she wanted to show it. So she invited a production team from an online show to film a surprise tour of what she claimed was her luxury apartment in one of Taipei's most prestigious districts. The video released was called Surprise Attack on the Harris, and it immediately went viral. Walking in, you see expensive furniture, designer interiors. Right by the entrance, you'll see a massive shoe cabinet packed with hundreds of high heels and limited edition sneakers. Then came a giant glass display cabinet showcasing bags like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, as if someone had turned their entire living room into a boutique. Seriously, it looked like a museum, and her balcony overlooked the entire city. And then she took everyone downstairs, and sitting there was her famous pink Audi R8. Originally priced at over 11 million new Taiwan dollars, or around
Oh my god. Buddy hurt when he did that. Did you hear what he just said, buddy? Buddy, did you hear what he said? What he said? Oh. 340 billion, bro.
340k. She proudly claimed that she earned the supercar through her own hard work. I mean, look at the evidence. How are you not convinced? If anything, Lian was chasing her. Just as netizens started finally believing that she was a wealthy influencer, somebody from her past came out with receipts. And it was allegedly exposed that Suho was a socialite, which meant that she was attempting to create a fake high-end image of herself when she's not actually wealthy. Basically trying to look rich online, infiltrate wealthy men, network with millionaires, rent luxury cars, bags, apartments to take photos in, fake it till you make it. And part of this process was her undergoing extensive plastic surgery so that she could match her appearance with that luxury lifestyle. Then more things came out about Suho, pictures of her family that were from the working class. And according to this past friend, it turns out that Suho allegedly left school at a very young age and spent years moving through various KTVs and nightclubs, hoping to meet wealthy businessmen, millionaires, and people with status. Because Suho came from a normal background, she rarely discussed her family in the entertainment industry and avoided talking about where she came from. Little by little, it seemed like the goal was to climb the social ladder however she could, which then led to the biggest theory of all. The theory that was speculated was that the identity Suho carefully built as Lian Tianyi's trusted successor had all been planned from the very beginning. This theory started cooking because they believed that the woman who had once been Lian Tianyi's right-hand woman was now the person behind his downfall. But that's just a theory. And despite all of this controversy and all of the allegations, Suho's career didn't collapse. It actually kept growing. Yeah, while Lian disappeared into prison, her audience didn't disappear. She kept building her influencer career and continued presenting this luxury lifestyle, and her fanbase just kept rapidly growing over the years. She also participated in Miss Asia beauty pageant and won the Miss Photogenic award. She eventually became one of Taiwan's most famous celebrities, reaching around 3.6 million followers. So
Okay.
she actually became even more successful and more popular after the scandal, which was honestly one of the weirdest twists in this entire story. Seeing where she is today, her content gradually shifted. She launched her own personal brand and is also a licensed florist now. And she's come a long way. I mean, she kind of got her own redemption arc here. So, I mean, respect to her. Meanwhile, Lian Tianyi, as of today, he is still in prison and is being expected to be released around 2029 or 2030. So far, the only thing we know from him is that his sister visited him in prison and he said that he's currently studying, reading books, and genuinely changing as a person. Now, whether this
That's
will
good,
change him or not, only time will
good.
tell. And by then, I'll make sure to update you guys, but I do hope that he gets his own redemption arc as well. But if there's one thing to take away from this entire journey, it's that
Fake it till
no
you make
matter
it.
how big you get,
Fake it
there
till you
will
make it.
always be something from your past
Fake
coming
it
back
till
to
you
haunt
make
you.
it.
Maybe not immediately, but eventually there will be this one unstoppable force coming after you. And that force is the Council of Chinese Netizens. Stay healthy, stay unemployed, and I'll see you guys in the next influencer scandal.
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 I'm trying to think. Should I? Let me go get something to drink really quick. And then we will be right back. Okay. Go do that. Yeah. Get something to drink. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Let me make sure it can.
Does the CIA listen?
Yeah, we're good. I never really watched the full video. I only seen like clips of certain things. I never watched this full video. So this is all technically, at least for me, this is all new, even though it's kind of old. One thing I will say, if I do remember him saying exactly what his job position was, his job title was, you gotta take everything what this guy says with a grain of salt, bro. He's literally the guy that you need to talk to if you need to get your way out of something. You know, he can literally talk his way out of it. You know, he can fabricate stories. That's his literal job.
Does the CIA listen through our phones and laptop cameras? Yes. I hate to say it. They can take over your smart television and
Fuck,
turn the
nigga.
speaker into a microphone
What are you
so
talking
that they
about?
can listen to
Fuck,
what's
nigga.
being said in the room, even when the TV is turned off.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. You know, I understand people like to believe that. You know, yeah, because bro, all you need is just a little bit of power. You know what I'm saying? All you need is just a little auxiliary power. Turn that motherfucker on. I'm chilling. All the fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, nigga.
Hello, I'm John Kiriakou. I'm a former CIA counterterrorism officer and former senior investigator for the U.S. Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, and I'm here today to answer questions from the Honesty Box.
Okay.
The first one is, what did the CIA actually do? There are several answers.
Counter intelligent agency. Light work, bro. Fuck.
To that question. What the CIA is supposed to do, what it is legally tasked with doing, is very simply to recruit spies, to steal secrets, and then to analyze those secrets to give the president and other senior policymakers the best information with which they can make policy. Now, in real life, it's not that simple. The CIA does whatever the president tells it to do. That could be to overthrow.
Everybody said it. That shit's an entity, bro. Y'all ain't listening, bro. Y'all not listening. Damn, bro, I gotta wake y'all up. That shit's annoying, bro. Motherfucker said it, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, the CIA is fucking aliens, bro. The aliens, lizards, geckos. You know what I'm saying? You know, fucking astrochlorian, bro.
Foreign governments. It could be to implement covert action programs, to influence the foreign media, to even kill people. It just depends on who the president is and what policy he wants to implement.
Can't find an official figure of your favorite character? But modeling is too hard.
Or was it signed in? Sorry
Does
about
the
that.
CIA listen through our phones and action programs to influence the foreign media, to even kill people? It just depends on who the president is and what policy he wants to implement.
I understand.
What skills make a good agent? You might be surprised by the answer, actually. The CIA, when it recruits spies, when it recruits operations officers, doesn't necessarily look for the big, buff guy who works out, you know.
If you were thinking that, you're probably a fucking idiot. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even as a kid growing up, there was never like, oh my god, I gotta be physically strong. The only thing he might say it. Me? I always thought you had to be a genius. You had to have some special skill. Or you had to be a complete fucking psychopath, willing to do anything for the world.
Every day or 6 days a week. They look for people who have sociopathic tendencies.
I'm locked in, bro. Yo, recruit me. That's my mic over there, bro. Motherfuckers know they can hear me. Fuck niggas.
Not sociopaths.
Stop.
Sociopaths are impossible to control because they have no conscience. They blow right through a polygraph exam, but they won't take orders. People who have sociopathic tendencies do react to a polygraph, they do experience regret or remorse, they will respond to directives and orders. I'll give you an example. When I first was recruited by the CIA,
I would assume because those directives and orders is aligned with exactly what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I'm not saying all of them are say serial killers, but it all has to do with literally manipulate, conquer, dominate, infiltrate. It's control. It's control. You know, the fact that you letting somebody tell you, I don't know. That's the more interesting part. But that just, at least to me, that makes sense. At least that makes sense. Yeah, to me that just makes sense. Why they would be okay with it? Like, okay, it's more like instead of being like, you know, okay, that, you know, where everybody would be like, well, do we kill 1,000 children, or do we let the guy live that has that could cure cancer, right? You know, I would assume a sociopath would be, well, I'm just gonna kill the guy. I'm just gonna kill the one guy. You know, cool, because his mindset might be like, not everybody can afford to pay for it. People are always gonna get cancer no matter what the case is. These kids, they're young anyway, so you know. So that's what at least I would assume, is that they just take the path of least resistance, because the logical thought in their mind is just, well, one person is better, is not as bad as 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? So let me just take out. Or is that what I'm looking for? I don't know. I feel like I was on to something, but now that I say it, I'm like, because the whole point in my mind was, well, you know, the other end of the stick, for the sociopath, because it's like, well, this doctor has more value. They look at which one has more value, you know. So, and obviously, if somebody that leads you can allow you to literally obtain your own value, then why not? Why not? You know, why not just let them give you orders, because you're going to do whatever you want anyway. So why not?
I was asked in a group of new hires what we would do if we got a cable from the CIA headquarters ordering us to collect information on the Indonesian economy. You recruit the Indonesian economic secretary, you make him your best friend, you spend money on him, your wives become friends, you vacation together, but you learn that he is just not recruitable. So what do? Well, one of my colleagues said you double down, work the case another 6 months, and hope for the best. A second colleague said, maybe you work it through your wives, maybe your wife can convince his wife to give you the information. I raised my hand and I said, you break into the Indonesian embassy and you steal it. And the instructor said, that's exactly what you do. That's a sociopathic tendency.
Told you.
What's the coolest piece of spy tech you ever got to use? You know, there's kind of a dirty little secret. The coolest piece of spy tech you ever got to use. You know, there's kind of a dirty little secret about spy tech.
It's funny. He's smiling, and he's like, I don't know. I want to believe that I'm good at reading him, but the dude's literally been surrounded by the best manipulators, you know, two-faced mimics on planet Earth. You know, he's been with them. You know what I'm saying? He's been with them. He's been rocking with them. You know what I'm saying? Hell, is this even real? Probably. It could be. He probably knows it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like him being like, I wonder if he's reminiscent. I remember, like, man, yeah, I remember when I singed his every nerve in his body. Like, every 6 trillion nerves, we singed it. And then we just played badminton with
And it is that 95% of it
that's extra.
is purchased from Amazon.com. Seriously. Because it is cheaper and it is quicker just to go online and buy it and then use it operationally than it is to invent it from scratch. The coolest piece of spy tech that I ever used was, it was a leather briefcase. I just went into the local marketplace in Pakistan and bought it. I think it cost the equivalent of like $10. And over the course of 3 days, one of our technical officers pulled the threads out of it, installed a wire all the way around the briefcase, which could act as a listening device, and then packed the area around the wire with these little teeny tiny batteries that I had never seen before. And then he sewed the whole thing close again. So I walked into a meeting with my little briefcase. The bad guy took the briefcase from me, opened it up, looked through it. It didn't have anything in it because it was all sewn into the lining. And we sat there and had the meeting while my colleagues half a mile away were able to listen to the entire thing. It was very cool. Does the CIA listen through our phones and laptop cameras? Yes. I hate to say it. There was a dramatic leak in 2017 that the CIA came to call the Vault 7 disclosures. Gigabytes worth of documents leaked by a CIA technology engineer. What he told us was that the CIA can intercept anything from anyone, number one. Number two, they can remotely take control of your car through the car's embedded computer. To do what? To make you drive off a bridge, into a tree, to make you kill yourself and make it look like an accident.
That's one thing I've always struggled with when it came to that kind of stuff, because it's like, if a car doesn't have that functionality, you can't do it, right? Like I know like all of our cars have computers in it, but 90% of cars nowadays have computers in it, right? Or at least newer cars. But when I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, a Tesla, yeah, that shit's driving off. You can 100% drive a motherfucker's Tesla off the fucking building. Cool. Or off the bridge. Cool. Anything that would have self-driving, I would assume, yes, you could drive it off. Same thing, cruise control. You know, is that really like I don't think you driving somebody. I don't know if you can necessarily spin the steering wheel unless there's like certain like metrics inside the car where you can like kind of like adjust, you know, like adjust things because everything is ran through sensors. Nah, I don't know about that one. But I can see what he's saying, you know.
They can take over your smart television and turn the speaker into a microphone so that they can listen to what's being said in the room even when the TV is turned off. God knows what else that they can do that hasn't been leaked. Are hitmen real? Yes.
You guys only got us fucking smidget.
At the National Security Council, there is a committee that meets every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. Been leaked. Are hitmen real? Yes. At the National Security Council, there is a committee that meets every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock to draw up something called the kill list. They sit around a table and they make a list of all the people that they want to kill that week. And then they take it back to the CIA, which has a dedicated...
Bro, Hunter x Hunter said it best. You have no idea the bottomless malice, the bottomless pit of malice or something like that the human heart contains, bro. You know, and it's just like, bro, what? Bro, this is like, and it's funny because it's like, nah, there's no way. Like, you know, we all obviously like believe, oh yeah, the elite is like that. Bro, they're spitting it right in your face. It's right in your face, man. It's just right there, boom. Here you go. Because they know people ain't going to do anything about it. That's how, people don't understand, right? I don't know if he ever goes into it, but I've seen a couple videos where it's like, people who have said the way a human thinks is so streamlined that it's very easy to predict. It's actually very easy to control and predict the outcome within a certain age bracket or within a certain time frame of that person's existence, right? Obviously, if you're young, the younger you are, the more likely you are to be manipulated. Or not, maybe not that one. You're more malleable and you're more perceptive to things, right? You're more likely to absorb things that are around you, right? Compared to when you're a teen, you might be a little bit more rebellious, but you might be a little bit more emotionally open to certain decisions, you know? And then when you're old, when you're just that, you know, that older, that young adult kind of between like that middle age now at that point it's like, okay, now you probably in your prime in terms of strength, body development, growth, mental stability and things like that. So it's like, all right, cool. That'd probably be a good point of return. Then when you get older, like, they got more time, wisdom, so, you know, it may not be necessarily anything to do with prolonging their strength, but now it's like, okay, how do we preserve their knowledge? You know, and how do we fill that brain with more knowledge? So it's like, it's interesting, you know? It's interesting, but...
unit, I won't tell you the name, but it has a dedicated unit that takes receipt of the list. They say, okay, number one. They drive to the airport, they get on the plane, they go out to that country, they kill the person, they come back, and then they go to number 2 on the list. That happens every single week. Now, we can have a conversation about whether that's right or whether it's wrong. It's certainly immoral. It's illegal, but it's been tasked by the president. At the same time, they will tell you there hasn't been another 9/11, has there? Maybe it's because we're out there killing people.
What kind of people would be on that list?
Oh, the most dangerous terrorists in the world. Or at least people that the CIA deems to be the most dangerous terrorists in the world.
The thing is, I genuinely wonder how many people are like, I wonder how many people are really out there lurking. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how many people really out there are lurking that are like actually doing like damage to, you know, to society, you know? Because I think we'd all like to believe, you know, maybe out of every 100 people, you know, one of those people are a thing. But it's like when you start scaling it up, it's like, I guess maybe new ones get created and then old ones come and play. No, I don't know. It's
They
interesting,
recruit spies in foreign countries. That cuts right to the very heart of what the CIA is. The CIA trains its officers in something called the asset acquisition cycle. It has 4 steps: spot, assess, develop, recruit. So let's say you're a brand new CIA officer overseas. You get out there and mingle and go to diplomatic cocktail parties or go anywhere where there might be a viable target for you. You spot the target, you go up, "Hi, how are you? I'm the new officer at the American Embassy. I'm covering political affairs or economic affairs or trade or whatever it is you're doing." You exchange business cards. That's spotting. Assessing is I say, "So what do you do for a living?" If you tell me that you do something that I'm operationally interested in, that's my assessment of you. Then I develop you. That's actually the fun.
The thing I noticed with that, yeah, it makes sense. I think we all like to believe that they're watching. Maybe they are watching you specifically, and then, you know, but I think a lot of us would like to believe that, okay, yeah, they're gonna come knocking to each of our doors and be like, "Hey, listen, we need you. Not need you. We don't, technically they don't need you, but it's like, hey, come with us. You know, if you want your family to stay safe or some shit like that. You know, do you want your family to die? You gotta come with us right now."
Part. That is us going to lunch and going to dinner, and I spend money on you because I have literally an unlimited budget to do so. And maybe we go on vacation together and our wives are friends, and you mention offhandedly that you like to go fishing, let's say, so I charter a boat for $4,000 and I take you deep sea fishing because you could never afford to do it on your own. And then we become best friends. And because we're best friends, I say to you, "Hey, would you do me a favor? Yeah, I'm sorry to ask, but you know, the Russians have this new tank, and I know that you guys have access to the plans, and I would really appreciate it if you could just make me a copy of those plans. I know that sounds kind of funny, but it would help me a lot. So, hey, thanks, I appreciate it. I'll pick them up tonight." And then maybe I start giving you a little bit of money. And then finally, when it comes to the recruitment, I say, "I haven't been totally honest with you. I'm actually a CIA officer, undercover. Are you okay with that? You're a great guy, and you're my best friend. And how about if I give you $5,000 a month, and you just answer my questions, right? That's cool, right?" And you undoubtedly will say yes,
sometime tomorrow,
and the rest is history.
Got to be a good actor to do that. Pull that off. Yeah.
Your boy over here.
And do you ever fear for your life? Not now, but over the course of my career, I did several times. And I'll give you one example. There were 2 active assassination attempts against me. In one, I just got lucky. And unfortunately, my next door neighbor was killed instead. He was the British defense attaché in Athens, Brigadier General Stephen Saunders. I think about it every single day. In another, an enemy country sent one of its officers and a double agent to kill me, but we had advance warning that it was going to happen, and we were able to neutralize the threat, as they say in the movies. But there was another experience that I had that troubled me deeply. I was serving in Pakistan at the time, and I was staying in a small guest house because it was safer than a big hotel. Sure enough, the big hotel was blown up and 45 people were killed while I was living there. But I left my guest house at
I'm into here. I'm into here. Your boy dozed off. I'm sorry. I got a lot of shit I gotta do today. And yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. But I'm gonna end it here, okay? I hope you guys have a great day, man. I really do want to finish this up though. I really do want to finish this up because I think this would be a fun video. But yeah, I apologize about that, guys. I'll be end it now. But hopefully I can start, you know, like I said, get back into the action. But like I said, I've been so busy these past few weeks and month. So I appreciate you guys for staying by though. Thank you guys for stopping by. You know. All right. I love you guys, man. Hope you guys take care. You guys do good, eat good, sleep good, be good, play good, feel good. I don't know, man.